We brought a bog standard Subaru Impreza GC8 to turn into a trophy winning, reliable track car. In the last episode, after having issues with the turbo oil feed line, we put everything back together and turned the key for the first time. Yay! And to our excitement, it started without any leaks. However, we realised that the oil was mucky, which usually means one thing: head gasket. Will we ever get this car finished? Find out in this episode. But before we get into the next video, we want to do something we haven't done for a long time, and that's give a shout out to the top comments on the last video. So today we want to give a shout out to Dodge1724, who's giving some great advice on using the right tools, taking regular breaks, and having enough time to plan and complete jobs. That's definitely advice for the soul. Thank you so much for the encouragement. And remember, if you want to get a shout out in the next video, just subscribe to BiggieJDM's YouTube, TikTok and Instagram and leave a comment. Right, let's get on with the video. It's getting cold and we need to carry on with the Subaru build now. Right, so this is where we're at now. I need to change the oil and it's freezing outside and I've only got a little bit of time left on my lunch break. So you can see, look, ganky. Oh gosh, ganky, that needs to go. I don't know whether to run it for a little bit and then drain it, but the rain is coming down. So I need to kind of change the oil rapid. Now what I've gone for is I've gone for this. I usually go Euros, but I can't get to Euros and back on lunch. So got this on off Amazon, this 1040 stuff, and it started to throw it down. So I'm gonna see if I can just undo the plug, let it drain, undo the oil filter. Now I don't think I'm gonna change the oil filter because I only just put it on. I've even haven't driven anywhere with the oil filter on it. So yeah, it's freezing, it's throwing it down. Let's go. So I just thought, it's a new lunch break by the way, because it started raining yesterday. I just thought, before I go wasting a tub of oil, I should just really just do my checks of triage first of all. Okay, we can see this oil is a bit manky, right? And looks a bit, you can see it, look, it's a bit sludgy, right? I want to make sure first of all that this isn't overheating, or there's any sort of gassing issues or anything like that. So I watched this, I was watching Matt Armstrong, and Matt Armstrong gave me this idea because he's rebuilding this Ferrari and it kept overheating. And I know I've put a new thermostat in this before, ages ago, as you can see, but I just want to make sure since then there's no overheating issues. So I'm just going to try, before wasting a whole good 50 quid's worth of 5 litres of oil, I just want to check to make sure this doesn't overheat. So that's what I'm going to do now. Let's just start it up and see what happens. And also I'm just going to keep the filler cap off and see if it makes a difference. So I'm just connecting up the battery. I'm just going to wait for it. Didn't start very well, did it? I'm just going to wait for it to get up to temp to see what happens. Something's smelling like it's burning oil somewhere. Right. So what's good about this is, one, there are no warning lights on. There was a check engine light before we sorted out the cable for the boost solenoid. Now that's been connected in, that seems to be all right. And look at this now, it actually does something. The boost gauge actually works now. So that must have been a problem, definitely a problem with it boosting. So we're just gonna wait for it to get up to temp and see what happens, yeah? Uh-oh. Right, is this pipe getting hot? No. So it looks something's leaking That thermostat pipe isn't getting warm at all. Let's see if there's any smoke coming out the back. Okay. Let's just wait till it goes up to temp, see if it actually overheats. Getting a little bit warmer. It's getting warmer. Now let's just see if it's getting. I need it to get a bit more up to speed. I need it to get up to temp a little bit more. So what we're doing here is trying to get the engine up to temperature to detect for head gasket issues. Not all head gasket issues are easily identifiable, but one way is to take off the filler cap from the coolant header tank to see if the engine rejects the coolant once warm. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It's not overheating. I wonder if it just needs to be right. I don't know. But that doesn't look too good. Is this the thermostat getting warm? It's getting a bit warm. I'm going to turn it off now because it's making a mess. It isn't overheating. It isn't overheating. I've seen when like thermostat or head gasket's on, because that top bit is peeing out. Not as bad as that, but it's like peeing out. So I don't know whether it just needed a good run. So the verdict is that I don't think it's overheating. Now it's ran a bit, I'm going to check to see what the oil looks like. If it still looks clammy, because probably it's just condensation, because it's been on ramps for like, I mean look, the spider webs here. It's been on ramps for ages. Ooh, genuine STI seats. It's been on ramps for ages, so we're just going to see how that all works. If it's I just need it on the road. I need to take it for a test drive now. I need to get the front bumper on, get the wheels on, and take it for a run around the block. It's gonna run rubbish until it's mapped with the new ECU and mapped. But as soon as that's done, the problem I've got now is this oil looks like Earl Grey. That definitely needs dropping now. I should possibly drop it now. It's been around, I'm going to drop it. So eventually we just braved it out and dropped the oil just like we did it in the previous video. As you can see, the oil did not look welcoming. To remove the sump plug, I just used my standard 1/2" ratchet with a 17mm socket and gave it a good tug until it came loose. Greetings and salutations, BiggieJDM here, back again. And literally, I've only got an hour. And you know what, guys? It's November. It's actually November now. When I started this, it was hot and nice, but now it's November. That's how long it's taking me. Nevertheless, it's progress. Yeah? So, if you remember in the last video, the oil came out like Ovaltine. Okay, there's two things that could do that. One, a head gasket. Two, because it's been stood for so long, the condensation. Three, I did jet wash the engine. Four, I don't know when I took the turbo off if coolant went down into the engine bay and it was left for so long. I don't know, and it rained. I don't know. All I know is I need to get this oil filter off. I've drained the oil, got the oil filter off, and now what I need to do is to make sure, I've been advised to take the oil filter off, drain the oil, and then basically put new oil in, run it up, see what happens. That's what I'm going to do now. I don't know if water, when this intercooler was off and the piping kind of was on, whether water got into there and now it's spoiled. I don't know. All I know is I need to do it, and it's cold. So let's just get going. Let's just get going right now. We ended up replacing the oil filter also, and to do this, you are supposed to use an oil filter removal tool. However, I just knock a screwdriver through it and turn for more leverage. and it eventually comes loose. So I'm not sure if that's all filmed, but I managed to get the oil filter off and then put the oil filter on. It's just mucky, like the oil is mucky. Now I added a few things. I tried to jet wash the engine. I don't know if water got through the intercooler or not, but what I did, now as you can see, oil there. I'm just going to put new oil in now, 3.5 litres it takes, and then we're just going to spin up the car, see what happens. So we're just going to see. Oh God. I'm using 1040 oil because that's what it should be using in the Classic. Now if you want to look at oil recommendations, check it out online, but for this car it needs to be 1040. 530 is a bit too thin, I think, for this car. Leave the gear stick in. I'm only going to put in like 3.5. The moment of truth. If this fills up with water again, that means the head gasket's gone and all this has been wasted. Not wasted, I've still learnt stuff, but yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. So I spin it up, turn on, log on to the computer at work, see what happens. Right, let's go. So what you can see me doing here is replacing the coolant which spilled out earlier on. What I tend to do is buy 5 litres of concentrate, then have a spare 5 litre bottle close by that I just mix and dilute to suit whatever car I'm using. It works out a little bit cheaper than just buying diluted concentrate all the time, every time you need it. Owning performance cars, you need quite a lot of coolant. I don't know if that is an indication. Let me just put the tap on. I don't know. Right, I've got to go. I need this job to pay for these videos, get them out, to do more mods. So I've got to go. I've got to be honest for my employees. So remember, like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Biggie said, big up yourself. This is it. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Let's just turn it off. Let it settle. It doesn't look like it's overheating. The fans haven't come on yet, but it's not going crazy in temperature. Let's just see how it goes. Right, I've got to go. In the next episode of our GC8 track car build, we start putting the missing pieces of the puzzle back together. Yes, we try and get the car ready to take on the road for the first time. Will it run? And did the oil change solve the issue? Or do we have an indefinite head gasket issue? All will be revealed in the next episode. And don't forget, subscription's free, so now will be the best time to subscribe to the channel so we can keep delivering this great content to you. And remember, leave a comment. You could get a shout out in the next video. Biggie said, big up yourself. If you can't, be careful. Drive safe on the road and tell someone that you love them before you go to bed. Biggie who, Biggie what, Biggie when? It's BiggieJDM. Tell a friend. We'll see you then.